We are coming into winter time, and for me it's always kind of a time of contemplation. We got the holidays and we happen to be sequestered and staying at home because of the global pandemic. There's a lot of things that are always a global pandemic. They're not always viruses, but they're always some kind of insanity. And it occurs to me that now more than ever, it's really important to have a construct, have a definition of what life is for and what your life is for, that maybe can feel independent in a way of the rest of what's going on. Even though it's materially and physically, you're always going to be part of the natural world as long as you have manifested here as a physical accoutrement. But that said, there really are lots of opportunities for us to make things make sense. I've always found that when I learn something new, or when I have some new realization that hits me that somehow doesn't fit in with the rest of my belief system, it's really helpful and life-affirming and wonderful and scary and just a fantastic thing to, instead of rejecting this new wonderful thing that seems to hit you in your gut, to decide that it's time to redefine, or maybe not redefine, maybe expand the limits of what your reality construct seems to be. So if something wonderful comes along and it doesn't fit in, if you have a belief system that doesn't allow for loving somebody who's different than you, or loving somebody who's the same as you, it's probably a good idea to think about changing where you've drawn that line in the sand as far as your limitations go. So that as I've gotten older, I've discovered that now I have a context for things that absolutely make sense. I don't have any big looming questions or dilemmas or dichotomies that don't make sense to me. Because I either push the limits of what I thought I knew further out so that they can envelop more realities, more apparent facts. Or I just decide that it's not important for me to have an opinion about it or to even worry about whether it fits in, and just let the whole mess go. Sometimes easier said than done. And I find that when the winter sets in like this, I like to go through my closets, and the closets of my house and the closets of my mind, and throw out the stuff that doesn't work anymore, or that I don't really love, that doesn't make wonderful sense, that doesn't serve me, doesn't serve my relationships and my joy, and just get rid of them. And sometimes it means you have to take stuff to the dump or you you have to recycle it and let somebody else have it who hasn't gotten to the point where they want to get rid of that kind of stuff yet. But I love the winter. I love it all, but I really love the winter because it increases the number of trips to the dump or to the Salvation Army. Sharing the stuff that I used to love or that used to work, and now just doesn't seem to fit in with my new limitedness, unlimitedness, whatever. So I hope everybody out there will have a wonderful quarantine this winter, and everybody keep your masks on when you're out and about, as though we don't put masks on all the time in a figurative sense. And I encourage you to take those off, but put the cotton ones back on for the time being anyway. And until collectively, I guess, the world chooses another pandemic of some kind. But let's support a pandemic of awakening. And this one we want to infect everyone with. And some joy and some letting go of our opinions that don't feel like kindness to others or to ourselves. And I have to say it's been really liberating to go grocery shopping in my pajamas, and also to not have putting on makeup the first thing that I do every day, and sometimes spending all day in my pajamas and no makeup, and that feels pretty good. But anyway, I'm looking forward to a lovely day. Hope you are too, and have a joyful one.